Hello, dear one. It is such a blessing to be here with you today. Right now, in this very moment, I invite you to take a gentle breath with me. Feel the air enter your lungs like a soft whisper from the universe, reminding you that you are alive, you are important, and you are so deeply loved. Life is not asking you to be perfect. It's only asking you to show up with an open heart and a willingness to be kind to yourself. So often, we carry burdens we were never meant to hold. The need to please, the desire to fit in, the constant search for approval from others. All of it makes us feel like we are wearing clothes that were never made for us. And yet, we keep wearing them because we believe they will make us more acceptable, more lovable, more safe. But real safety, dear soul, real peace, comes from being who you truly are, not who the world wants you to be. There is a part of you, always alive, always watching, always whispering, that knows your truth. You may have silenced it over time, covered it with the noise of fear or shame, but it is still there. That part of you has never stopped loving you. That part of you has never stopped believing in your beauty. You see, freedom is not something we must earn. It is something we return to. True freedom is not loud. It is not flashy. It does not come with trophies or applause. True freedom is quiet. It is the peace you feel when your thoughts and your actions are finally in harmony. It is the joy that comes when you no longer pretend. It is the relief of saying, "This is who I am," and knowing that it is enough. When we are little, we are not afraid to be ourselves. We speak with honesty. We laugh when we feel joy. We cry when we feel pain. We move freely through the world. But somewhere along the way, we are taught to hold back. We are told to be quiet, to behave, to not take up too much space. And little by little, we learn to dim our light so that others may feel more comfortable. We begin to trade our truth for approval, and we don't even notice the cost until we begin to feel a sadness we can't name. That sadness is the call of your spirit. It's the signal that you've moved too far away from your center. And the beautiful news is you can come back. You can always come back. You do not have to figure it all out today. You do not need a perfect plan. All you need is a gentle willingness to begin. And today, you are beginning. Just by listening, just by being open. That is already a powerful step. You don't have to fight for your freedom. You only need to stop resisting who you already are. You are already worthy. You are already lovable. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. The truth is, the more you become yourself, the more the universe supports you. Life doesn't reward pretending. It rewards alignment. And you, dear one, were born to be aligned with truth. Sometimes the path back to ourselves feels confusing. That's okay. You are allowed to feel unsure. You are allowed to feel scared. But even in your uncertainty, you are moving forward. Let every breath you take remind you that you are connected to something greater. Let your heart know that it is safe to unfold. And when fear arises, you can say to yourself, "It's okay to be me. I trust that who I am is enough." That small sentence is a doorway to your healing. It might seem simple, but it holds power. When spoken with love, with honesty, it begins to clear the fog. It begins to bring you home. Now let's talk about the pressure to meet everyone else's expectations. It can feel like standing in the middle of a busy street, being pulled in 1,000 directions at once. Everyone has an opinion, a desire, a vision of who they think you should be. And often we try to meet those expectations because we want to be loved. We want to be accepted. But trying to please everyone is like trying to fill a cup with holes in it. No matter how much you pour, it never feels like enough. And after a while, you start to feel empty. You start to question your worth. This is the moment we begin to heal, when we realize that our value cannot be measured by the standards of others. It can only be measured by the truth we hold inside. No one else gets to define your path. No one else gets to decide your worth. That power belongs to you. And when you take it back, not with anger, but with love, you begin to feel something shift. You begin to feel a peace that doesn't depend on outside approval. You begin to feel free. I want you to think of your true self like a beautiful garden. In this garden, there are flowers that bloom in their own time, colors that shine in their own way. No two are the same, and yet they are all perfect. You don't need to paint yourself to match someone else's garden. You are already a masterpiece, and when you let yourself grow in your own way, you begin to inspire others to do the same. The inner voice, the one that speaks in softness, is always guiding you. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand. It simply waits for you to listen. And when you do, you may hear it say things like, "Rest now," or "You are doing well," or "It's time to make a new choice." That voice is not a stranger. It is your oldest friend. It is the part of you that has always known the way home. But sometimes life gets loud. The noise of worry, of comparison, of fear, it can drown out that inner voice, and we begin to feel lost. But lost is only a feeling, not a fact. You are never truly lost when you are willing to pause and listen. One of the most beautiful ways to hear your inner voice is through mirror work. It may feel strange at first, but I promise it is deeply healing. Stand before your mirror, look into your own eyes, and say something kind, something gentle, something true. You might begin with, "I am learning to love you," or "I see your strength," or simply, "I'm here with you." These words carry energy. They begin to soften the places inside that have felt forgotten. They begin to build a bridge between who you are and who you've been told to be. You do not have to wait for permission to love yourself. You do not need to earn your right to be whole. You already are. And every time you choose to honor your voice, every time you listen to your body, every time you offer yourself kindness instead of criticism, you are coming closer to the life that was always meant for you. Even if others don't understand, even if the world tells you to stay small, you can choose to rise. You can choose to live from within. Because when you live from the inside out, you begin to see the world differently. You stop needing constant approval. You stop chasing validation. And instead, you begin to rest in your own light, a light that doesn't flicker when others walk away, a light that doesn't need to be brighter than anyone else's. It just shines, calm, steady, true. This is the beginning of real freedom, not the kind that shouts or fights, but the kind that rests, that trusts, that walks gently in its own rhythm. You don't have to know the whole path to begin. Just start by being willing to trust your heart, willing to let go of the need to prove, willing to return to yourself. And in that willingness, you will find peace. In that peace, you will find truth. And in that truth, you will find freedom. There comes a tender moment in every journey where something deep within whispers, "It's time to be honest," not with the world, not with the roles you've played, not even with what others expect of you, but with yourself. A quiet honesty that isn't loud or dramatic. It's the kind of honesty that comes like a gentle breeze, reminding you that your truth matters. Not the truth shaped by fear or guilt or old stories, but the truth of how you feel, the truth of what you want, the truth of who you are beneath the layers you've wrapped around your spirit. Sometimes we live so long in roles that we forget we are playing them. We say yes when our whole body says no. We smile when something hurts. We keep quiet when something inside longs to speak. And over time, these small betrayals add up, not because we are weak, but because we have learned to survive by putting others first. Yet real strength is not in pleasing everyone. Real strength is in meeting your own eyes in the mirror and saying, I want to know what's real for me. Being truthful with yourself may feel uncertain at first. You may worry that it will disappoint others, but truth is not unkind. Truth does not create suffering. What creates suffering is denying the truth, burying it, ignoring it until it becomes a weight too heavy to carry. When you begin to speak gently to your own heart, when you allow yourself to say, I am not happy with this, or I long for something more, you begin to unlock doors within you that were once sealed by fear. Let yourself breathe through the discomfort. You are not doing something wrong by wanting to live in truth. In fact, you are beginning something very right, something sacred, and one of the kindest things you can do in this space is to speak words of affirmation, not as a magic trick, but as nourishment. Speak to yourself like a trusted friend. You can softly say, it is safe for me to tell myself the truth. Or, even if I don't know the next step, I trust the wisdom that lives in me. These words begin to shape a new inner landscape, one where your truth is not a threat, but a guide. And now, dear one, let us talk about the masks, the ones we wear to protect ourselves, the ones we learn to wear to feel accepted. These masks are not bad. They were born from a desire to be safe, but over time, they become heavy. They begin to separate us from ourselves, and they tell us that in order to be loved, we must be someone else, someone quieter, someone less bold, someone easier to understand. But you were not born to be hidden. You were born to be seen, not just for your talents or your accomplishments, but for your being, for your spirit. Taking off the mask is not an act of rebellion. It is an act of return. It is a homecoming, and yes, it might feel scary at first. Because the mask has been there for so long, it can feel like a part of you. But behind the mask is a face that has always deserved to be loved, a face that has felt the wind of pain, the warmth of joy, the tears of growth. That face, that self, is real. It is worthy. Start gently. You do not need to rip anything away. Healing does not come through force. It comes through compassion. Begin by asking yourself, where am I pretending? Or, what part of me longs to be seen? You might journal these questions. Let your hand move across the page without judgment. Let the answers rise like mist. You don't have to act on everything right away. Just seeing clearly is a sacred act. You may discover roles you've outgrown, labels that no longer fit, expectations that feel too tight. That is okay. Growth often means letting go of identities we once needed to survive. It's not a betrayal, it's a blooming. Just as the flower doesn't apologize for leaving its bud, you do not need to apologize for shedding what no longer reflects your truth. This release is not about blaming the past. It is about freeing the present. Every time you choose truth over performance, every time you let your heart lead instead of your fear, you are creating space for peace to live within you. You are making room for joy that does not depend on approval. You are welcoming love that sees you, not your performance, not your perfection, but your presence. As you step into this space of realness, you begin to feel something shift inside. There is less tension, less trying, more ease, more grace. And when challenges arise, and they will, you no longer face them with a mask. You face them with your full self. And your full self is more powerful than you've ever imagined. Now we begin to touch something holy, the beauty of wholeness. Not the kind of wholeness the world often speaks of, flawless, polished, untouchable. No, this is a different kind of wholeness. It is tender. It is real. It includes the parts of you once tried to hide. It welcomes the soft places, the messy emotions, the doubts, and the dreams. Wholeness does not ask you to be perfect. It only asks you to stop pretending you are not already enough. You are made of light and earth, of softness and fire. You are not meant to cut off pieces of yourself to fit into spaces that were never made for you. You are meant to expand, to embrace, to include all of you. This is not just a spiritual idea. It is a deep truth that brings healing to your body, to your mind, to your heart. When we accept ourselves fully, something miraculous happens. The war within begins to quiet. We stop fighting ourselves. And in that peace, the body begins to relax. The breath deepens. The nervous system softens. The heart opens. And suddenly, we are not so afraid anymore. We are not chasing or running. We are being. Let this be a moment where you say to yourself, I no longer need to be divided. Let this be the space where you gather all the pieces of yourself and say you are welcome here. Your light, your shadow, your joy, your fear, all of it belongs. All of it has something to teach you. Nothing within you is wrong. Nothing within you is unworthy. You can speak a simple affirmation as you move through this sacred space of inner unity. I accept every part of me with love. This is not a one-time sentence. It is a daily practice, a gentle rhythm, and the more you say it, the more you begin to believe it. The more you believe it, the more your life begins to change, not because you are forcing it, but because you are flowing with truth. And as this wholeness becomes your home, you begin to notice that your choices change. You no longer ask, what will make them happy? But instead, what brings peace to my soul? You no longer shrink to be digestible. You expand to be real. And in this expansion, you become magnetic, not for approval, but for connection, true connection, the kind that recognizes truth, the kind that celebrates authenticity. This, dear one, is where your true power lives, not in how well you perform, not in how much you produce, but in how deeply you love yourself as you are. From this place, life becomes softer, not easier, always, but more aligned, more nourishing, more meaningful, because now you are not chasing freedom. You are living it, and you are living it by being yourself, without apology, without mask, without shame. You have always been whole. Now you are simply remembering. And as you remember, the world begins to shift around you, mirroring back the love and peace you are cultivating within. This is the beauty of alignment. This is the grace of truth. This is the beginning of something new, something real, something free. There is a quiet joy that rises when you begin to live from the inside out, when you no longer make decisions to keep others comfortable, but to keep yourself whole, when you allow your inner wisdom to speak louder than the noise outside of you, you begin to discover that peace isn't something you find by rearranging the world around you. It's something you uncover by listening within. Living from the inside out is not about closing your heart to the world. It is about opening it to yourself first. When you are guided by your own truth, you walk differently. You speak more kindly. You stop rushing to prove. You begin to honor the timing of your life, even the pauses, even the uncertain chapters, because now you understand that everything you need is already within you. It is easy to look outside and wonder if you're doing enough, if you're being enough, if you're lovable as you are. But there is a stillness that says you are already whole. When you trust that voice, your choices become more gentle. You say yes only when your heart agrees. You say no without guilt. You stop asking, will they like me? And start asking, does this honor me? And this shift, though small, is powerful. It transforms your entire experience. You don't need to announce your transformation. You don't need to explain your boundaries. You simply live your truth, and your energy begins to speak for you. Others may notice. Some will admire it. Some may not understand. That is okay. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to understand yourself, to hold your own hand, to walk your path with love. If ever you feel unsure, return to this gentle question. What would bring me closer to peace right now? Let that question guide your steps. Let it shape your days. Let it be the compass that leads you home. You are not here to be a copy. You are here to be a light, and the world needs your light exactly as it is. But as we begin to live in truth, an old fear can rise, the fear of rejection, the worry that if we stop pleasing, we will be pushed away. This fear is understandable. Many times in life, we've been taught that love is conditional, that we must earn it by shrinking, by adjusting, by becoming what someone else wants. And so, the idea of showing up as we truly are can feel terrifying. What if we are too much or not enough? But I want you to know something sacred. Rejection does not mean you are unworthy. It does not mean you are wrong. Often, it is life gently closing a door that was never meant to be yours. It is the universe saying, not here, dear one. There is something more aligned for you. You see, when you begin to live as your true self, not everyone will celebrate it. And that's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of where others are in their own journey. Some people will fall away, and that can feel lonely. But in that space, new connections are born. People who see you, people who honor you, people who do not need you to perform, but invite you to be. There's a metaphor I love. Imagine trying to plant a sunflower seed in the shade. No matter how hard you try, it will never bloom. But move it to the sunlight, and it grows tall, strong, radiant. Sometimes you are the sunflower, and rejection is simply the shade being removed. You are being guided toward light. You can hold this affirmation in your heart. I am safe to be myself. The right people love the real me. Let those words comfort you when doubt arises. Let them anchor you when fear whispers. The truth is, your authenticity is not a weakness. It is your strength. It is the bridge between you and the love that was always meant for you. And now, as your heart becomes more at ease with being real, you begin to feel a new possibility. The possibility of creating a life that reflects your truth. Not a life built on shoulds or musts, but a life built on what feels good to your soul. A life that includes joy, rest, purpose, play, and meaning, not because someone told you it's the right way to live, but because it feels right in your body. Start small. Begin with one. Choice a day that honors your true self. It could be the way you start your morning, the way you speak to yourself, or the boundaries you gently hold. Let your life be shaped by what feels peaceful. Let your days be colored by what feels aligned. You are the artist. You are the creator. And you do not need permission to live in a way that feels like home. This is your sacred permission slip to begin again. To say, I no longer wish to betray myself, and instead say, I choose to live in harmony with who I really am. From this place, you will attract new experiences, new relationships, new opportunities. You will begin to walk through life not as a visitor trying to fit in, but as a sovereign being remembering who you are. You may want to close your eyes and take a breath here. Let your heart speak. Ask gently, what do I want more of in my life? And when the answer comes, however quiet, honor it. It is the seed of a new way. It is the beginning of a life that loves you back. Now, let us come to rest in this final space together, dear one. You have traveled far today, not in miles, but in meaning. You have returned to something real, something sacred, and that is the truth of who you are. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are becoming. And in that becoming, you are remembering that freedom is not found in escape, but in acceptance. Freedom is not about having no rules. It's about having the courage to live by the rules of your own heart. Your true self is not hiding from you. It is waiting patiently for you to turn inward, to listen, to soften, to trust. And the moment you say, I am ready, the journey begins. It doesn't matter where you've been or how long you've been away. Life does not hold grudges. Life simply says, welcome back. So I leave you now with a simple truth that lives in every cell of your being. You are safe to be who you are. You are loved as you are, and you are free. Repeat softly, if you wish. It is safe to be me. I honor the truth of my soul. I live in freedom and love. Let this be the beginning of something beautiful. Let this be the return to yourself. And know with all your heart, you are already home.